Alright, I'm going to run through the Xrite system real quick. So, we're going to start off by starting a new eJob from a template. Now we have two options to choose from here. We have Duracoat and PC1030. PC1030 is used for the whites in the precats and ultrasolids, and Duracoat is going to be for the clears in the precats and ultrasolids. Everything else doesn't matter. We're going to use those for the patch system. This white ultrasolids one is no good, so do not use that. We're going to do a white, so we're going to select PC1030. At this point, if you get an error that just pops up and it says disk cannot open or something along those lines, you're going to actually have to close it all out and then start a new one. Alright, but everything loaded fine, so we're okay. I'm going to click on single target. Alright, from here, make sure that we have these three buckets are selected. Once those are selected and they're grayed out, you're going to click on the settings tab over here. Hit edit and change this 4 to an 8. This is just so the carousel has the right settings on it. So hit OK. Then we go over to display and we uncheck search and retrieve. The reason for this is that it pulls up formulas that have been made in the past, but they are never correct, and it takes about 10 minutes just to load one formula. So we're going to uncheck that. Hit OK. Alright, from here, now we can measure our standard. Click on the standard bullseye. Now we name it, so I'll just use a Benjamin Moore color. I'll go with BM 2148-70. The name of that color, so hit next once. Now you're going to have to hit next again in order to scan. So hit next again. At this point, it might ask you to calibrate the spectro. If it's not calibrated, just do that. And you have to push the spectro 6 times in order to get a scan. Alright, so now we're scanned in. So we're going to want to save also. So we have up here where it says untitled. This system does crash a lot, so you will lose all your work if it is not saved. So we're just going to save it. And once it has one initial save, it is on autosave for every 30 minutes. It saves on its own. But you do have to do the initial first save. So we're going over to jobs. Once again, wait for it to load. Alright, we're going to go find the Benjamin Moore folder, which is right here. And now, we can name it. So this is going to be Benjamin Moore 2148-70. And we'll call the color test. What I'd like to do when I name my files also is to write in the base I'm using, and let's just say we're using UL 1030. So when we go back to refer to it, we know what base was used to make the color. Let's save. And now you can see it's saved up here. Alright, so now what we need to do is we actually need to formulate. So we're going to go over here, click on the Formulate tab. We'll see it's the only color. If there's multiple scans, it's going to have all the scans here. So say you scanned it 3 or 4 times or 2 times, and whatever you named it's going to be here. So we only scan once, so we'll click on that. We'll hit OK. And it's going to generate a formula for us. So at this point, if we did not select the search and retrieve button, uncheck it earlier, this would take a long time. I'm talking 5, 6, 7 minutes in order just to load a single match. Right now, as it is, sometimes it takes 15 seconds, sometimes 30. There we go. Alright, so this is one of the bugs in the system. We're already started with a white base, but it's telling us to add white into it. An ounce, almost 2 ounces of white actually. So we're going to have to edit this formula. We're going to go to Edit Formula. We're going to hit Undo so we get the correct numbers up here. We'll just zero out the white. So change everything to a 0. And hit Synthesize. Now it's going to take the white out of the system. But you can see here, we're still very dark. The biggest thing with this system is that it always puts way more yellow than you need to be. So where this green dot is, I like to bring down right outside the circle. So then when we do add our yellow, it should bring us much closer to the bullseye. So we'll adjust that now and bring our yellow down. Still very dark. So we're going to try adding just 1/48. Well, looks like this one's not going to work that well. Maybe it's just my scan, the color I chose. Well, anyway, we're going to go, let's just say 2. Alright, so we should be okay with that. It is outside the circle, but that's okay because we can do more trials. So we're going to hit OK, but make sure your yellow is always going to be high. So you want it to be down in the blue section when doing a white. Hit OK. Now, it's basically this is our formula right here, which is only one color, but this is just seems very simple color right now. So we're going to hit Correct in order to move forward. What it's do is going to bring us to the next screen, which is right here, which is our correction screen. Now we can print this page at this point so that we can bring it over to the carousel and pump it into our paint. And everything does take a long time, so it's to take a minute to print a page. Kind of annoying, but we'll get through it. Alright. Okay, so let's just say that we sprayed it out, we let it dry, ran through the heat tunnel. Now we want to measure this. So in order to measure this color we just did, we're going to click on this trial button up here. We'll click on the trial button and we can name our trial. So we'll name this one Test Trial 1. We're going to hit next twice and then scan your spray. Spectral's giving me a problem, but I'll get it fixed. Alright, there we go. Alright, I did scan it wrong, so that's why we look so dark and way out of color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it again, just because I did mess that up. So we're going to name this Test Trial 1-2. We'll try again. Alright, much better. Well, I scanned the same card again, so that's why we look so good in the color-wise. If it was a trial, we may be lighter, maybe a little bit on the blue side or the yellow side, whatever. But see, we need to make a correction. What we're going to do is we're going to click on Setup, Addition to Batch. We're going to uncheck Use Performance Factors. I don't use this often unless I'm really close to the color, but I need to make a small adjustment. I will use this, but 90% of the time I don't. And then I hit Okay. Right now it's going to generate a formula for us to use. Once again, it's slow, just be patient. Okay, so now it gave us a formula for an addition. So in order to see the addition, it's going to be in the add amount. So it's telling us to add an ounce of white, well, an ounce and a half of white. This color is a little bit weird. Normally you don't have to add any white. If you do, it's a real pain to reproduce this color over and over again if you're just constantly putting white in it. Let's just say we don't have to add white. We'll go to edit correction again, and to see what additions we need to do. Click on do, and you'll see here to add our white and add our yellow. So it's telling us to add yellow and white. So we'll zero out the white again. We'll leave that at -3. We'll hit OK. And now we can print this page. Print it. And once this page is printed and you actually pump the pigment into the can, you hit next correction. You start using this formula for the next one. You hit yes. Okay. So now, if you see that it's all blank down here, in order to make it reappear, all you have to do is hit show original, and everything reappears. Now we can do our second spray out, measure our trial, and take it from there. So let's just say this is our test trial. To hit next, scan the trial. Alright, that's it. So now it shows that we're really close, and we can just go with that, and then our color is complete. Now we hit save formula because we got it, and that's it, and hit save. It's going to save the color to the database, and now we'll have that color forever. Make sure to just throw it in a folder, put your spray out in it, and you're good to go.